All right, good morning, guys. I am going to make some biscuits this morning. I just wanted to share with you all, these are quick biscuits, very fast, they don't take very long. And these are Southern Biscuit Company biscuits. And if you'll see these in the grocery store, I know they sell it at Walmart and I think Kroger too, but you wanna make sure to get Formula L of this particular brand. This is the biscuits that come out of this bag are similar to the biscuits that you get at different restaurants and stuff like that. So these are wonderful biscuits, a wonderful biscuit mix just to have on hand at home when you don't have time in the morning to just go through making, biscuits from scratch, which I know how to do that. But I wanted to pop in and show you all how to make just some quick biscuits really fast. It doesn't take very long. So, and you'll notice inside in the mix, if I can get closer there, you'll see these little yellow flakes. Let me see if I can pull one out. These little golden flakes, I don't know if you can see that or not, but those are flakes of butter that's already in that biscuit mix, okay? So you'll see those in there, and so don't be alarmed or anything. Those are supposed to be there, okay? All right, and so this is 2 cups of the biscuit mix, and I know I've got my pimple patch on, y'all. So my esthetician, Cassie, told me about these. They're Neutrogena. I'll link them in the description box below. She says they're one of the better ones. So I'll put that in the description box if you're interested. But anyway, and so this is 2 cups of the Southern Biscuit Formula L that's in this bowl. And then we're gonna use half a cup of buttermilk. And I always use full fat. I don't get the low fat. I have purchased low fat before by mistake. It's not, I want full fat. It just makes a difference. Okay, and so I'm gonna add that in, and then that's all you have to do. And so all you're gonna do is just mix this together, okay? And then you'll wanna make sure, of course, that if you're gonna use your countertop, just make sure that it is, cleaned off and everything and wiped off if you're gonna knead your biscuits out on your countertop. Or of course, if you have like a cutting board or a sheet that you use, or whatever. But if you're just gonna use your countertop, which is what I normally do, I just make sure to have my countertop totally and completely cleaned off, wiped down and everything, and sanitized. All right, y'all, so we've got this mixed together. I've got my mat out here, and so I'm gonna go ahead and just grab some, just some cheap flour. It doesn't have to, you're just gonna be using it to knead your biscuits and all that. And you wanna make sure that you have your oven preheated at 450 degrees, okay? And these are just gonna go in the oven for about 10 minutes. It doesn't take them long at all. Okay. Okay, and then you're gonna place some flour on top. And you can use, a rolling pin if that's what you'd like to do. I don't use a rolling pin. You can also use a glass, and I can show you that. As long as it's round and floured, that'll work just as well as a rolling pin. I'm always trying to find ways to avoid, like spending unnecessarily if you don't need to. When you have these little, I think about when my grandmother made biscuits or whatever. I don't even know if she had a rolling pin. She was probably using a jar. I don't know. But so, and those things still come in handy. You don't have to have all these gadgets all the time. It's just people make you, the economy, the consumerism, it makes you feel like you have to have all these things, and you really don't. It's just people trying to make money and capitalize on different things, and I get that. But I just don't ascribe to it personally. But all right, so I've got this patted out, and you want to make sure that you have your dough even all the way across, so then your biscuits are the same when they bake. They're the same in thickness, okay? So you want to try to have it as even as possible, okay? And then this is going to be my biscuit pan, and I'm going to use some sorry, it's heavy. Some Crisco to line my pan with, to grease it or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna use. You can use any kind of nonstick spray that you want to, but I'm just gonna use some Crisco. Let me wash my hands. All right, so I'm gonna use some Crisco, and I normally just get a little bit out and put it on a spatula and just do like this. You can use butter if you'd like to do that. Or like I said, just whatever nonstick spray that you want to use, okay? All right, and so we've got that all done. We'll put that down to the side. And then if you have a biscuit cutter, you can use that now to cut your biscuits. I just normally use... I'm going to put a little bit of flour here. I have a little jar that I use. And you just want to make sure to have some flour for around the rim of your biscuit cutter or what have you, so that when you cut through the dough, it doesn't stick to the dough, okay? So there we are. And y'all be sure when you're working your dough, don't overwork the dough. And if you don't want your biscuits to be thin, like my biscuits are going to bake up a little bit thinner, you can have your dough thicker. So you would just fold the dough over in half and then cut your biscuits. But ours tend to be a little bit thinner. So if you want them to rise up high, just be sure that your dough is thicker than what I'm cutting our biscuits, for us to be. And you don't have to put flour on it each cut. You just can kind of notice when you think it may need some. All right, and so then now we've got our biscuits there. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll out the rest of this excess dough, and so that we can get some more biscuits out of this dough. All right, y'all, and so you'll notice I'm just gonna, there's that one left and this little piece of dough here left, so I'm just gonna stick these in here. That's what I'll normally do with my little bit that's left over. Normally I'll put some pats of like bacon grease on here. I've got some sausage over here frying. There's not enough grease in there, so I'm just gonna use the Crisco that I had. I'm gonna put on top of here. And when they come out of the oven, I'm gonna put butter on top, but just use that leftover Crisco that was on this spatula. Okay, so we're gonna put these in the oven at 450 degrees for about 10 minutes, and I'll bring y'all back. All right, guys, so I just got these out of the oven. I'm gonna put some butter on top of them. They smell really good. And I'm gonna open one up for you all to show you what they look like on the inside as well. And also, I was gonna let you all know, we don't have any bacon. I used the last of the bacon yesterday. And so I'm gonna fry up a couple slices of bologna to go with our pan sausage. And so this is the bologna that I use. It's a local here where I live. It's Petit Jean. And if you look at it, it looks like very light. It looks like, oh, that looks like turkey, but it's not. This is pork and beef. And so, it's light like this because it doesn't have like red number 50 and all the different red, yellow, number 5 dyes and stuff like that in it. This particular bologna has no food coloring in it or anything like that. It's just straight, bologna is a processed meat. So, but it doesn't have those additives in it. And when you fry it up, because I love fried bologna sandwiches, when you fry it up, it smells so good. I mean, it's excellent. So I just wanted to let you all know about this particular company. It's very, very good bologna. I know everybody loves, Oscar Mayer or the Bar S with the red, plastic around it or whatever, grew up on that. And that's fine. I just, when you see this against the others, it looks different, but it is the same bologna as those other companies, just with no dye, no food colorings in it or anything like that. So it has less chemicals. This is an excellent bologna. Okay. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna grab one of these biscuits out of here. Let's see here. And this is just, look at that. That's just a petite little biscuit. I make them small because I have small children. So I tend to make like junior size. So there it is. It's fluffy, it's light. Here's another one too. I'll let you see how tall it raises up, if you all can see that. And they are excellent. They're really, really good little biscuits. And it doesn't take that long. Already has butter in the dough, but of course, I'm gonna add some more. And let me grab some honey. I like jelly on my biscuits. I had an uncle that used to make sugar syrup on the stove when we were kids, and we'd eat sugar syrup on our biscuits, when we were visiting them in the summertime. But there it is. And they are so good. They're good. And this is just something quick that you can have to make for yourself or whomever when you don't have a lot of time to do all baking powder and all. But scratch biscuits don't take long either. But this is beginner friendly as well. If you're not, if you're a beginner at biscuits and just want to try some out, you can get that particular company. It's really good. You won't be upset using it. It's really, really good. All right. Okay. Well, y'all, I will see you all back here at 234 in La Casa. Y'all have a great, fantastic day. Make today fabulous. Be grateful. Every breath you take is a blessing. I'm always saying I'm grateful for my breath because it's what sustains us. It really, really does. And just anyway, but yeah, just say today, I'm grateful for my breath. I'm thankful for it, because it's a lot of people that can't even breathe on their own. They're on a breathing machine. So, thankful for my eyesight, thankful for my taste buds, thankful for my ability to walk, to talk, thankful that I have my teeth, thankful that I can smell. Just these basic things I think that we take for granted and don't even realize. And the thing about breath, we don't even think about the breath. We just breathe all day long. We don't stop and really think about it and really have the sensation of the breath, knowing that it's there, being thankful that it's there, because it sustains us in everything that we do. Everything. It's very precious. It really is when you really stop and think about it. Anyway, I'll see you all back here for another episode of 234 in La Casa. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make today a good day. See y'all later.